Welcome back to the 43rd episode of Corvette Weekly. Today is going to be a little bit different than the rest. We're going to jump straight into the news, and then we're going to discuss it after the fact. So those of you out there who don't want to sit through us talking about Corvettes for an hour, this is your kind of upload here. You're going to get all of the information right up front. Then everybody who wants to discuss it further can continue on in the video here. But the very first piece of information is going to be about a parts supplier issue. So like I said, we're jumping right into this one, guys. I'm going to approach all of you in the comments section right after we're done with this. Hopefully it's going to be about 10 minutes. So brace yourselves for some serious information coming your way right now. So like I said, the first one comes to us from our friends over at the Corvette Blogger. They're talking about a parts supply issue that has temporarily paused the Corvette production this past Friday. So a lot of you guys out there waiting for your C8 Corvettes or even the Z06, Friday the plant was kind of shut down because of a parts supply issue. And a lot of you out there are probably saying, well, wait a second, I thought we were over this COVID thing. It wasn't actually because of COVID. This particular time, it was because of Mother Nature. So the other two guys here with me from Texas, they actually can attest to the fact that Mother Nature has been pretty crazy down in Texas, and it has iced everything up to the point where there was trouble getting some of the parts from Texas to, of course, the Bowling Green plant. So if you're waiting for your C8 and you saw it kind of take a tiny little bit of a step back, that's why. So yeah, I know, like I said, the other two guys here with me, they are from Texas. Jason, tell us about what happened with your driveway real quick.
So my wife was watching one of the neighbor's dogs while they were on vacation, so she had to leave various times. My truck sits out in the driveway, so I'm like, why don't you just take my truck? So every time she would leave, as it would continue to ice for a little while, and when she would get back, and we were only staying in the neighborhood, there was no way to really leave the neighborhood safely. But anyway, so she would come back and she'd park my truck on the top, at the front of the driveway, and I would check my cameras, my outdoor cameras, and the truck would have slid down about 5 feet. So I had to go out there, pull it back up, and then I would take my pry bar and I would chisel out the ice, that was about that thick. I would chisel out the ice right behind my tire so that as it started to slide the next time, it would catch that concrete and not continue to, go down the driveway. I was afraid I was going to wake up in my truck and be out in the street. But no, it all worked out.
Yeah, so that's exactly why basically Corvette was having some trouble getting their parts from Texas. I mean, Jason's truck is literally parked in the driveway and it's sliding around. Imagine an 18-wheeler hauling a couple tons of Corvette stuff. I mean, it would not have been great. So yeah, that's part of the news, guys. We're going to jump into the second part, which is the title of this video, which is why you guys all clicked. And yeah, this one is really impressive. So if you guys haven't heard yet, the Car and Driver Lightning Lap is something that basically is their way of putting some cars on the track and seeing how they perform. And in this case, the Z06 performed very well. So this particular article comes to us from the guys over to Mid-Edge and Corvette Forum, but it was posted a couple days ago. So the actual information from Car and Driver didn't come out until today. The actual video, I should say. This was kind of leaked on the 2nd. So about 5 days ago is whenever this actually leaked on the Corvette Forum. Now, the biggest, most important part of this is actually this part right here. This is actually the list of their all-time top 20. And the really important part of this is where the C7 Corvette ZR1 sits and where the C8 Corvette Z06 sits. As you can see, the Corvette Z06, the brand new Z06, outed the ZR1 on the track by 9/10 of a second. Let's just call it a full second at this point. So 1 full second on a track is huge. I know it doesn't sound like much. It's only a second, but it is huge, especially when you're putting down a car that had the amount of aero and the amount of horsepower that the C7 ZR1 has. Now, there's other cars on this list that are super impressive as well. I mean, the Z06 and the ZR1 are both beating out the McLaren 720S, the brand new GT4 RS. Now, you guys know the GT4 RS is literally built for the track by Porsche. And yeah, the Z06, it took it down. Now, kind of far down that list is actually surprises me is the fact that the 2018 Lamborghini Huracan Performante is towards the bottom of this list. And the Z06 and ZR1 sit above it. So again, if you're the fan of the Corvette in general, this is a huge win. You're literally sitting at number 5, the 5th fastest car on this track. And the Z06 is it. The 6th now is the ZR1. The only car that's really stands out to me on this list as being something insane is, of course, the GT2 RS. And even that's number 3. So this is going to be kind of where we pull some information from and where we can kind of speculate about the Z06 and what its Nürburgring time is going to be. If you guys haven't seen, the segmented time from Jim Merrow on the C7 ZR1 on the Nürburgring was around 6 minutes and 58 seconds. That's segmented. But Jim Merrow himself said with properly warmed up tires, he feels like he could have beat that time significantly. But as of now, 6 minutes and 58 seconds. We can kind of, in some way, shape, or form, deduce from these numbers here that if the Z06 is faster than the ZR1 on this track, it's probably going to be on the Nürburgring as well. Unless top speed really comes into play, where the ZR1 has a little bit of a higher top speed than the Z06, the biggest thing that's going to come into play here is going to be grip and just overall weight distribution. It looks like the Z06 could potentially be faster than even the ZR1 on the Nürburgring based on these numbers. And if that's the case, it's definitely a sub 7 minute car on the Nürburgring, which is fantastic. Now, what I want to do real quick here is actually play a little bit of the video from Car and Driver's actual video, just to show you what was going on with this thing, because it sounds phenomenal. So take a listen to this thing.
Chevy showed up this year with 2 Z06s. Even with a new 670 horsepower V8 that revs to 8,600 RPM, this Corvette Z06 isn't the most powerful Vette we've brought to VIR. Neither is it the lightest. But this Z06 has no equal on a racetrack. We've said it before, and we'll say it again. The C8 Z06 is the best Chevy has produced. The Z06's lap time is the 5th fastest in Lightning Lap history, and it's the fastest lap for a car with a naturally aspirated engine. Everything quicker is considerably faster down the straights and costs more than twice as much. It's not like the engine is a weak point, far from it. People snap their necks to look when it flies by. But on track, it's the chassis that's all-consuming. It's capable of 1.22 Gs in turn 1, averaging 133.4 mile an hour climbing the S's. Equipped with the optional carbon fiber wheels, this car turns like no other at high speed. There's almost no understeer at any speed, and the chassis is so balanced that you can steer under braking with pedal pressure. The optional competition sport bucket seats aren't as good as the carbon buckets in a Porsche, so you end up more fatigued from holding your body in place. Put the 718's buckets in the Z06, and it would take some time off the lap. The Z06 story is also one of temperature. Run this thing hard for 10 laps and the oil temp barely breaks 200 degrees, if at all. That's the result of a billboard of heat exchangers other cars can see on the track in their rear view, which is funny because the Z06 itself has horrible rearward visibility. We suppose that's okay when you're the quickest on track.
Okay, so that's pretty much going to sum up that particular video. Now, what stands out to me here, guys, if you were paying attention, 2 things. The big one, the cars above this car, the cars that perform better than this car on the VIR, or the Virginia International Raceway, are double the price, at least, if not more.
Yeah. Exactly. I was sitting here looking at that list, trying to figure out how much difference in cost. The cheapest one I saw that I know the price on is the 720, and those are what, $350?
Yeah, 400. Yeah. So the second one is the fact that after 10 minutes of hard pushing this car on the track, the temperatures don't break 200 of the oil temperature specifically. Now, the oil temps, if you guys know, have kind of been an issue with the Z06s in the past, especially the C7 Z06. If you had the automatic C7 Z06 on the track, your oil temperatures would typically end up putting the car into limp mode because they would get too hot. Now, too high is between 260 and 280 degrees. If this car is staying cool at 200, that's fantastic. That means GM has basically resolved the oil temperature issue with this particular car. So those two things stand out to me after seeing this video because that's huge. That means this car is built for the track. It's doing it at a fraction of the cost of the other guys, and you're not going to have any problems with it on the track as far as oil overheating at least. So again, the numbers here on the VIR suggest that the car did very well over on the Nürburgring, possibly better than the C7 ZR1 segmented times, most likely a sub 7-minute time altogether. So one more piece of information we're going to cover real quick, and then we are going to start discussing this stuff with everybody in the comments section. I don't want to let you guys feel left out. I just want to get through this quick enough so anybody who watches this and doesn't want to see us talk forever can jump into the information right away. The next really interesting piece of information here, and this is, I'll put interesting in quotes because this is kind of sad, is the fact that, yeah, this is Stradman's C8 Corvette Z06. It is being sold, or I guess in an auction, on Cars and Bids. So if you guys don't know, this is Doug DeMuro's website, and he has the car up here for sale. Currently, the current high bid is $172,000, but it's got 18 bids, and it's also got 6 days left, which means this thing is very likely to sell for $250,000 plus. Now, this only has 1,000 miles on it, and as you guys know, the car did have some an issue with its transmission, but it ended up only being a transmission pan gasket, so no big deal. It's fixed under warranty. The car should be good to go. It's got 1,000 miles on it, and it still looks like it's brand new because it pretty much is. So right now, like I said, the bid is $172,000. It's unfortunate that we see this happening. This is not something that makes me super happy. The people buying these cars are buying them and then flipping them, even with the whole losing the warranty thing and the $5,000 that GM was offering to keep it for 6 months or more. I mean, these guys don't seem to care about it. They're flipping the cars anyway, and he is very likely to make a serious amount of money on this car. Now, the MSRP on this was right around, I think, 180 grand after taxes and everything. Maybe even, actually, that was before taxes, I'm pretty sure. So as of right now, he would take a loss if this car sold for this price, but I'd be willing to bet he ends up making about 100 grand on it. And yeah, it's unfortunate, but kind of is what it is. So with all that said, go ahead, Jason.
Not with Strad, but with the Z06 and being sold over. So the dealership by my house had a 70th anniversary Z06 white pearl tri-coat, if I believe that is what it was. And I think it was like 140 or something like that MSRP, and they were asking for $100,000 over. So I called one of the salesmen that I know up there, and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't call you." He's like, I'm not even trying to sell it. It is what it is. And I went to go film it on Saturday. Had been there for like 2 or 3 days. It sold. They wouldn't let anybody come up and film it. One of my other friends called me. He goes, "I don't even try coming up because they're not letting anybody around it." That means that they most likely had 100,000.
Yeah, 100,000 over, and it sold in what, 2 days?
Dude, like 2 to 3 days max. It was like 2.5 days, I think.
That's insane. So people are, that's the problem here, is they're going to keep marking these cars up to 100K over if people keep buying them for 100K over. Now I'll be honest with you. This car here is very similar to the one that Street Speed had. And when Street Speed was selling his car, you guys know I was already kind of in talks with him about buying it. And I was going to pay over. But there's a reason. This car is loaded to the gills. And I was also not going to pay 100K over. I'll be honest on that one. But yeah. So anyway, guys, that's going to end the particular segment here of people being able to just click on this real quick and get some information. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about this information. We're going to go into our deep dive of all this stuff. Yeah, let's start with the Texas thing, the Texas weather. But before we do, let me check my Venmo real quick. It looks like one of the big channel supporters here, Larry Anthony, has donated something. So I'm going to take a look at what we got. While I'm loading this up, Jason, if you want to, or Steve, give us your take on what happened down in Texas with this ice storm, because I know you guys actually had colder weather there than I did in Pennsylvania, which doesn't make sense.
Oh man, it's
Well,
so especially I'm in Roof.
people can't drive here anyways.
No. Well, even now, it's disgusting. Like there, and I know you guys up north are used to this, but us Southerners, us Texas boys, are not used to driving around and having, salt and just debris from, the things they put down on the roads when it's icy like that. I mean, everywhere I go, it's disgusting. I don't even want to get my car out.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
I will say, as a roofer, that ice is a nightmare because we don't build houses in Texas for inches of ice. And so, of course, that builds an ice dam. And then, of course, it goes up and over flashing. And everybody and their brother calls me, my roof's leaking. I'm like, yeah, well, it's never going to leak again, not unless we get another storm. So it was awful. I'm very done with it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I honestly don't even know what to say about the weather there because it's so freaking nuts. But yeah. So we actually have, oh wow. So Steven Rapp throwing in $49.99. Actually, I guess you're gonna have to add this to the giveaway, Steve. I forgot. We're going to talk more about that in a second as well. So we kind of jumped right into the news today, but we do have the giveaway going, and it's going to be announced tonight, the winner. So Stephen Rapp gets another $50, another 5 entries. He says, is that 5K still part of the purchase deal? Yes, it is. So you will still get that $5,000 if you keep the Z06 for 6 months. We also had, let me see here. We had Steve Robertson donates $50. He says, happy Tuesday. Glad you're feeling better. It's funny how many of you guys actually deduced from my community tab post that I was not feeling well. I did not put it in there because I didn't want to sound like a baby, but that was what it was. I had such a massive headache after I got off the plane yesterday. I literally I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I mean, even Jason said, he's like, dude, if you're canceling the weekly live, I know you're not feeling well. So that's how much I would have rather been on here, trust me, but that's how it goes, unfortunately. Shane, me and Shane had an awesome time down in the Keys. Guys, stay tuned for that video. That's coming very soon. He says we're at 80 thumbs ups currently. We got 200 people watching. Guys, that's 120 thumbs up difference.
Hey, Justin, did Larry Anthony put something?
Yeah, I got it. It wasn't on there.
Okay.
Great White North Corvette says you guys are having Great White North weather in Texas now. All right, so guys, real quick before we jump into the rest of this information or more of this talk, I want you guys to remember we are doing a giveaway, and today's the last day for this. We are announcing the winner of this giveaway at the end of this particular live show. That's it. This is the Scrape Armor Radiator Grill Guards for your C8 Corvette. These are typically about $400. They're brand new. You can win them here for every $10 donation. Gets you a chance to win. The link for the Venmo is right at the top of the chat, or if you have to use Super Chat, you can do that as well. Get entered to win these things very last second here because we're going to be announcing the winner at the end of this show today. So Stupid Fast Truck says Stradman Z07 is much better deal than the 1LZ at $275. Yeah, so that's something I actually wanted to talk about. The big thing here is you guys, you have to realize that even though that car did sell for $250 or $275 at Mecum does not set the price of what that car is actually worth. So that sold for $250. I saw a ZR1 sell there for, I think it was $330. And that does not mean my ZR1's worth $330. Honestly, no one's going to pay that for it. Outside of what I can tell is very, very, very wealthy people that probably don't have a lot of awesome stuff to spend their money on, apparently. I don't know. But it is definitely not going to be, that's not the price of that car. You can't sell a 1LZ non-Z07 car for 275 grand to some guy down the street unless you're really churching that thing up. 95 thumbs up currently. Yeah, Paul, absolutely, man. These guys give us really hard work for the information. Let's give them a big thumbs up. We really do. AARPM says, check the Venmo. Let's take a gander. Very nice.
Gander.
What?
You said gander. That's funny.
Okay, so he says he's going for the grills. He has sent 130 total that he's donated towards this. He gives a $50. So AARPM gets 5 more chances to win. If you want to enter that in there, Steve.
Got it.
We've got White Hot Horsepower. He was in here, I think, last time.
Yeah,
That's our new guy. That's our new buddy.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
He has a white 70th.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say it looks like a 70th in that little picture. So he donates $50. He gets 5 entries to win.
Nice.
Robert, I do remember your name in here before. Welcome to the show. Shane says 100 thumbs up currently. Thank you, Shane. That's awesome, guys. We're not even halfway into this. We're already at 100. If we could hit 200 by the time this video is over, that's what we're working for. Mike Monterazzo says Strad still has 6 days and VIN number 32. Yeah, that's a big one too. His is a very low VIN, and with it still having 6 days and it's already at 172,000. I'm curious, guys. What do you think? I wanted to do a giveaway tonight based on who accurately guesses the amount of money that his car is going to sell for without going over, but there is almost no way that I can keep track of that. So, let's just do it for fun. Shoot your number over in the comment section. Let me know if you think it's going to go over, or basically say, if it hits this number without going over, you win. And if I can remember that you've won, I'll.
Where the price is right.
Yeah, just don't go over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Black Rose Z06 says all them buyers at Mika must be smoking something. Those prices were crazy. And that's kind of what I'm getting at, is that those prices do not dictate the actual market value. They're pretty far off. Steven Rapp says, do they have Z06 grills as a sub just in case? No. So right now, these are just C8 grills. I just talked to Scott over at Scrape Armor, though. He told me, number one, big question I've gotten from all you guys, the side intakes for the C8, just the base C8, they are being worked on as we speak, and he thinks it's going to be about a month before they're on the market. So, and he showed me their prototype design, and I'll tell you what, do not buy any other one on the market because their prototype design is absolutely perfect. It is far better than any of the other ones I've seen out there. So if you have a C8 and you have a need for those side intake grills, don't buy anything yet. Wait for the Scrape Armor ones, because we'll have them on this channel as well for a giveaway at some point. If you have a Z06, they're working on those as well. I will have a prototype Z06 front grill set at my house here. I should have it for next Monday night to show you guys. But they're not available until March. So you can purchase them on their website, but they're not shipping until March at this point. If you have a Z06, I wouldn't purchase anything just yet because we'll probably be able to get some for a giveaway as well. So stay tuned for that. The Z06 kit is just as well made as the C8 Stingray kit. And we've talked extensively about the packaging of it and everything and how it has to be sent, because that front grill piece is actually bent and it has to maintain a specific bend in it. So whenever they're shipping it, it can't get crushed. And the packaging alone is ridiculous amounts of money. So the fact that they're able to sell these things for even close to what the C8 Stingray grills were selling for is pretty amazing. Robman, we're going to have to agree to disagree there. I absolutely hate the Eagles, but I really, really dislike the Chiefs too. If they could both lose, I'd be okay with that. All right, what do we got here? Kerry Glock's in the house. Nice. no doubt. Z06 price of ownership with a lot of tracking is going to be expensive. Refer to Speed Phenom vlog. Yeah, so that was another thing. Is my only concern with that particular information, Carrie or Doug, is the 3-second time that was made up with the Z06 over the GT 500 could very easily just be the fact that they were better tires. The Cup 2Rs are a better tire than what comes with the GT 500. So I don't want to say that really necessarily means anything yet, but you're absolutely right. With the price of tracking this car is going to be insane. Shane says we got 110 thumbs up currently. Thanks for tuning in, Shane. I know I told you we were going to do this on Monday night, but man, my headache was just insane. It was actually a migraine, but yeah,
you waited
Dad's
to the
garage.
very last minute to cancel.
Yeah, I wanted to do it.
Venmo. Check your Venmo.
Okay. Venmo. All right. Sean McGardle says GM has to blacklist Strad. Not saying I disagree with him selling it, but GM can't make these rules, give a bunch of VIP allocations to influencers, and then not enforce the rules on influencers. Glad you're feeling better, buddy. He gives $15. So we'll go ahead and just give him 2 entries, just because it's easier that way.
On Future Sean, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Future Sean.
And then Dr. Corvette, being the heavy hitter he is. Dr. Corvette, welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in. You're going to want some Z06 scrape armor grill guards whenever they come out, and stay tuned here because Scott and I, who is basically the guy that runs Scrape Armor, just had a conversation about it today, and he had a lot of really good things to say about me, Jason, and Steve. Just talking about how great it's been to work with us, and honestly, vice versa. I mean, I've had an absolute blast with Scrape Armor. They've been such good guys, and I mean the product they make. And then me and Jason got to spend a lot of time with them at Carlisle, and I mean, it literally like one of the guys, and we just met him. It was a really good time.
Absolutely, 100%.
Stephen Rapp says, "Rock on, Dr. Corvette." G. Smith says, "Dr. Corvette kicking everybody around with the hundo." Stephen Rapp says, "Justin, would you pay 25 over? I know you hate to say no. So wait, you hate to say so. No need as perhaps confidential. No, I absolutely will say this kind of stuff. 25 would probably be my absolute max. In reality, I would like to pay nothing over. And the only reason I would even consider that is because of my job, because of the fact that I do YouTube for a living. So I need to have that car basically to continue my YouTube channel. But for a normal person, if you're not using it for YouTube, I would not pay 1 penny over MSRP for that car. Looks like Shane says we got 115 thumbs up currently. Thank you, Shane. Michael Marazo says, "Dang, Dr. Corvette." Yeah, Dr. Corvette's the man. He's one of the big supporters of the channel. Yeah, that Corvette beat a Lamborghini and a Bugatti. I mean, that's the thing, is that thing's number 5 on the VIR right now. And it's only behind cars that cost twice as much. At least twice as much. That's insane. Mike Matarazzo says they are penalizing YouTubers like Strad. I hope they are, because I like Strad, man. I think he's all right. But this only proves the fact that he only bought that car to get just to be the first, because he bought it, didn't do anything with it, and now he's selling it. It's disappointing to the people who really want that car. Stupid Fast Truck says, "How about the creepy thumbs up?" Hey man, if you want it, you got it. There it is. Get some thumbs up, guys. We really want to hit 200 by the time we back out of here. Would be really cool. Stephen Rapp says maybe they would substitute. No, I actually have them here on hand. The C8 radiator grill guards. We're not actually allowed to even send anything out for those Z06s until after March. So I'm getting there. Let's see. Blown 6 Gen says, no chance GM will blacklist any YouTubers who sell their Z early. They understand the reach of some of these guys and girls have. They want to keep that going. I hope that's wrong. I really do. Because as a YouTuber, I feel like we should be treated like everybody else. If someone else would get blacklisted or punished in some way for selling that car early, we should too.
Yeah.
Matt
See,
Hurley
and I like-
says, go ahead,
but
Jason.
it's
Sorry.
still
Jason, what did you say?
I said I like Strad a lot. You know, he's always been one of my favorite YouTubers because he's respectful and, you know, but it just annoys me when he does this. You know, getting a car that he really doesn't honestly care about. He just got it because, like you said, it's the big thing and he wants to have this, you know, the big car that everybody loves. I don't know if he couldn't think of anything to do with it, and so he decided to heck with it. I'm going to sell it. You know, he isn't going to put a wide body kit on it because it would devalue it. I don't know, but whatever.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Honestly, it's I feel the same way about it. It's you know, all it's doing is taking away allocations from those of us who really want the car to keep. And as of right now, I'll give him that. As of right now, Stradman, Street Speed, there's not really anything to do with the car other than drive it and review it and talk about it. I mean, there's no mods out there for it. You can't add power to it as of yet. So
Right.
for the guys who want to have content to their cars or with their cars, I get it. There's not much to be had. But at the same time, you probably knew that before you bought the car. I mean, the C8, the base C8 Stingray was the same way. There wasn't a lot to do with it for the first couple months. But I do want to mention real quick, Matt Hurley donated $100, so he gets entered in 10 times for the scrape armor. He says, trying to hang with the big boys. Great show already as always. So the big boys, I would imagine he is referring to Dr. Corvette and Stephen Rapp. These guys are constantly supporting the channel in a fantastic way. Thank you so much, guys. Steve Robertson, Larry Anthony, you guys are always awesome.
There's no Venmo.
Oh, let's check Venmo here. We got a man. Good thing we waited until the very last second here. Okay, so Steve Robertson says he's got to keep up with Dr. Corvette. He donates $150. So yeah, that gives him what, 15 entries.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All
All right,
Read
so
his-
Steve Robertson, the silent supporter here. That's what his superhero names, the silent supporter. It looks like we got 125 thumbs up currently. I'm behind on these chats for sure. Stephen Rapp again donates another $50, so he gets 5 more entries. You guys are great, and thanks for the recent phone call. Strad, sorry, but rules are rules, and he might have torn up. Yeah, what and Justin deserves. I'll tell you what. I think we could make it. We could fix all of this. All Stradman has to do is just give me his Z06. Problem solved, right?
Yeah.
See,
I think it sounds
I'll tell
fair.
you what, you take his Z06, I get his the Aventador that he didn't build for his, with and for his father. I want the other one. I'll take the original 2012 that he's got.
I'll tell you what. I would let you have that. I'm that kind of guy, Jason. I'll let you have
See,
it.
we've always been great friends. It's always much appreciated. So,
Awesome. So Avic says, totally agree with you, Justin. Avic, I actually have your cold start coming up later. So that's another thing we're going to do here in a second. I have 3 cold starts, and one of them have some seriously funny content behind it. So you guys are going to want to stay tuned for that as well. Yeah, Jet Driver says Stradman made 0 content on the car. That was my opinion too. I tried to watch everything he was doing with it, and he just was not doing anything. I mean, in his defense, the car was at GM for a little while getting that transmission pan gasket replaced, but other than that, he just didn't do anything. And honestly, if I had to guess, I don't think he even planned to. I think the whole thing was to buy the car, be the first one with it, and hopefully have some sort of problem that he could make some money on and then get rid of it. I mean, I don't have anything against Stradman, but at the same time, he's more of a European kind of car guy. So anytime I saw him getting into the Corvette scene, I was like, yeah, this is suspect. But I thought maybe because it kind of looks European and exotic now, maybe he was into it. But you could tell he's not super into the cars. You can tell. And I mean, I don't blame him. If he's out there rocking around in $500,000 million cars, like, why would he care about the Corvette?
Yeah.
True.
BPR Z06, I have a cold start from you coming too.
I love Stupid Fast Truck right here. It says, I would buy Stradman a gimbal if he would use it. Because it's...
So here's the thing. I actually read about Stradman and the way he films is that none of his clips, nothing he films is longer than 10 seconds before he cuts to the next one. And if you watch his video and actually count, I think it's legit. I think he literally does not record anything that's over 10 seconds long.
You know what's funny is I believe that Seinfeld, when it was on TV, was the same way. They literally had like a certain amount of time that most scenes could not be any longer than, and to keep people's attention.
Yeah, and that is an effective method, to be honest. But it just makes his kind of hyper approach seem even more hyper because it's constantly cutting.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's not even just that he's constantly cutting; he's constantly moving, like quickly. It's like over here, over here.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit much, but hey, to each their own. It's working for him, so I'm not going to be the guy that sits here and tells him how to do or how to run his YouTube channel, because obviously he knows more than I do about how to create an audience. So yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Kirk says, I'm not a fan of Stradman or Street Speed. Strad wants to be cute, and the other guy is all about ego. I'll be honest with you, Kirk. I spent a lot of time with Street Speed over the last couple months. I would not say that that's necessarily true. If it comes across that way on camera, that's one thing, but I speak with Street Speed on the side of that, at least. I don't know about Stradman. Street Speed's actually a pretty cool dude. Like, I haven't had any issues with him whatsoever, and I think any of the people who have problems with him have not spent any kind of time around him, because the way he comes across on camera, maybe you would think that, but I can tell you with 100% honesty that that's not the case. Elijah says that I have a channel that will get to 1 million one day. I appreciate that, Elijah. Hopefully it's before I'm 90.
Yeah.
I'm still out there with the camera going, hey guys, what's up?
Yeah.
Dr. Corvette. That's the video right there. How soon could you do that? That would be fantastic. Do like perfectly timed so they all start up at the exact same time. White Horsepower says, my C8 is back at GM for a third time for a transmission misfire ECU issue. Ouch. Did you guys know that?
Yeah. I've ridden in his car. It's terrible. It literally
What the
feels
heck's wrong with
like
it?
somebody, every time he shifts, it feels like you're getting kicked in the back of the seat. It's weird. It's like,
And that's a
terrible.
70th, right? So it's brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brand new.
Wow. Dude, I'm sorry to hear that.
You know, I sold my my spoiler, the Z51 spoiler, to a guy the other day who has a 22, and his is at the shop. He's like, you just bring it by whenever, because I was going to just drop it off at his house. And he's like, it's no hurry. He's like, I don't have my car. It's still at the shop. They're replacing the transmission. It's a 22.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, you don't
That's
have
insane.
these problems. You won't have these problems if you don't drive your car.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve's car actually has the worst transmission problems ever, but he'll never discover it because they don't
That's
unlock
right.
until 5,000 miles.
Uh,
Matt Hurley, yeah, you know what? I was actually digging through my email. I was looking for yours because I could have sworn you had sent me one, but yeah, shoot me one. I'd love to get that included. Say that again, Stephen Rapp. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Steve Robertson says, I like Stradman, but he knows nothing about Corvettes. I think that's honestly what this whole thing boils down to. I know when he first picked it up, he kept saying that it was in demonstration mode. And I'm like, the car doesn't have any kind of demonstration mode. Like, what he's talking about is it's still within the break-in period, basically.
Whose car is on the screen?
What's that?
I've seen that. I've seen that question twice already. Whose car is that on the screen?
Oh
Above me.
yeah. Oh God. This is a subscriber. His name is Bill Sharp. I forgot about this, guys. This is the car of the week, right there. It's a nice Amplify orange. It is a Z06, brand new. He just got it. Bill Sharp. I don't know if he's in the comment section here or not, but he sent me some of these pictures of his car, and they were absolutely gorgeous. So I wanted to throw it up here for you guys.
You know what, Justin? You know where those would look really good? Vet Syndicate Instagram.
Oh, let's talk about that.
That is a good segue, Jason. Look at you. So, guys, how many were we far away? 14?
We were 15. I haven't checked, so let me see. I gotta click over to it. Where are we at now? We are getting really close. Insights. We're at 15. We need 15 more followers on Instagram on Vet Syndicate, and we'll hit 11,000. There's surely, if some people would click on that right now, we'd hit 11,000 before this is up.
Yeah, guys, check out. I'm pretty sure it's in the description. Click on that link. Just follow Vet Syndicate on Instagram. We need 15 more to hit 11,000 followers.
And DM us pictures of your Corvettes. We want to post them for you. And want to include you in
I'll send the email of Bill Sharp's here over to, I guess I'll send it to Steve.
Whichever.
Canadian Speedster says, just tuning in. Does anyone know what happened with Stradman's car? Yeah, so it was just a transmission pan gasket. Nothing serious. Sorry, Jason, what were you saying?
I said you can send them to me or him because we both post on there.
Okay, yeah, I'll send them. Roger says, more people watching you than Joe Blunder. We're gonna sidestep that one. Stupid Fast Truck says, General Lee, you're ahead of my Stingray I got in November, 190 miles. General Lee, what's up? Somehow I did not see any comments from you until right now, General. I apologize. 252 miles and count. I don't know how you guys can do that. If I had that car sitting in my garage, I would literally ship it to Florida just so I could drive it around down there aimlessly. I'd have to do it. The car is just freaking amazing. White hot horsepower. I don't know why I keep reading that wrong. He is now following, so that's good. Or he probably always was, to be honest. This guy is obviously all about us.
Mm-hmm.
God. All right, let's put him in timeout.
Thanks.
I already reported him.
All right, good. Hennessy has come out with 700 horsepower for a C8. I did see that. Actually, Shane sent me the email about this new kit from Hennessy that is 700 horsepower on a C8 Stingray. So, and that's something that's not even public knowledge yet. The people that are subscribed to their newsletter are getting this information first. So, there you go, guys. Whoever's watching this now has that information, even if you're not subscribed to their newsletter. Maddie's Garage is in the house. He said, what's up? I made it. Awesome, Maddie. Thank you for tuning in, as always. Appreciate it.
General's low on miles because his car was at getting PPF installed. He gets that pass.
Oh, that's right. That's a quality pass, General. I'll tell you what. I've been in that situation where right after I bought my Ram, I took it to Blackout Tinting to get the PPF installed. It killed me. It killed me to be without that car for a week, or without the truck for a week. I was just like, God, I just want to drive it.
So I have a friend who has the black 70th. He probably bought it 3-4 weeks ago. And he was waiting on a bunch of aero to arrive before he could take it to Expel Dallas. So he had to wait for that. It finally came in. Then he had to get it installed, got it installed. Then it went to Expel Dallas. And then we had, of course, a week of ice. So it sat there for a week. It's just now this week finally getting. So I'm sure he's losing his mind.
I can imagine. I've been there, done that. And it is really hard to wait, but you definitely should, because that should be the first thing you're doing.
Yeah.
Canadian Speedster says, thanks. Where do we send the vet picks into? I could probably find some of my 17 7-speed. Canadian Speedster, you can send it to any one of us three. So
Well, and if he's already, does he have Instagram? Because I'm going to put it on here if he does, and you can just DM it.
Yeah, if you have Instagram, just shoot the message with the picture right over to what Jason's putting in the chat now. Or you can send it to any one of our emails. My email's in my description down below. Jason's and Steve's will be on their respective channels. Let's see what else we got here. We got 150 thumbs up currently. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent.
Yeah.
If we could hit 200, I'd be really happy about that. It looks like we got about 200 people watching. So, guys, I'm going to do the creepy thumbs up again. If you guys could please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps out the channel. It's free, and it makes me feel good about myself. So, please hit that button. It would really help. Canadian Speedster says he does have Instagram, so he'll check us out.
So I got to say, it's pretty good, the amount of people on here tonight for the night we're not normally on.
100%. Yeah. I agree. It's always good to know that the community we're trying to build is working.
Yeah.
Stephen Rapp says the pass is allowed. We have all been there. Actually, we have. Even everybody on the screen here. Jason and Steve were just recently there. I know Steve was losing his mind, right? Because he just wanted the car.
Yeah.
Jason probably kind of was a little bit.
Well, especially I got it, and then I had to just leave it sitting in the garage because, again, I also was waiting on, getting it expelled and all that. Plus, then I couldn't drive it because I didn't have any license plates, which is not like I drive with a license plate anyway. But that's
right. Never drive with a license plate, ever.
Yeah, that's true, too. I have video evidence of the fact that he never has a freaking license plate.
I've literally never, ever driven the C8 with an actual license plate exposed.
No admission of guilt here. Guys, thumbs up. Stephen Rapp says floating thumbs could help with this, so I'm taking his word on it. Hopefully you guys can help me out. Matt Hurley says this community is strong for sure. Matt, we appreciate that. I know you're kind of newer to this, but you bring in such a fantastic looking car. You're already a strong part of the community too. 2020 Matrix 8 says, Justin, did you like my wife's steamy shower promo for tonight's live? Man, I must have misplaced that. I'll be honest. I did not see it. If you want to resend it, just shoot it over to my email. I'll let you know.
Yeah, and then forward it around.
Yeah, I'll send it to the guys here. We'll let you know what we think. Jet Driver says he has withdrawal symptoms from last night. I kind of did too, I'll be honest. Maybe that's what caused my headache. I don't know. Got 160 thumbs up currently, guys. We've got 181 people watching. It'd be really awesome if we could hit that 200 by the time we sign off here, guys. We have to talk about Corvette beating Lamborghini's track-focused cars. We did. We already talked about that. So the Z06 is far above the Lamborghini Huracan Performante, which was basically a track monster. And the Z06 has outperformed it. The Z06 has outperformed the new Porsche GT4 RS, which is literally Porsche's new track king. And the Z06 has beaten it. I love it. It's absolutely insane. General Lee says his Z06 goes in next week for ceramic coating. Need to get to 500 miles. Yes, you do. You sent me some pictures tonight, and the car's looking awesome. I think that may just be the car of the week next week again, because it looks really good.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Justin, your headache was caused because you were missing me after I left Fort Lauderdale. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. The last day I had to get up at like 4 in the morning to get on the plane, and you never sleep very well the night before. It was rough. Douglas Bubgandis, he showed up. He's in full form. Is this your final form, Douglas? Let me know. 2020 Matrix 8 says Shane, LOL, probably. Dr. Corvette says, I have owned 32 Corvettes and never put a front plate on, which works out great when I get pulled over for speeding. They feel like they have to write me a ticket for something, and it's always no front plate. That's better than a speeding ticket. I guess I would take it.
A fix-it ticket.
Yeah. I hate the idea of a front license plate. I'm glad that's one thing that Pennsylvania's got going for it. They don't require those just yet.
So Texas does, but like literally no one very few people keep them. I mean, I don't say nobody does, but you know, like most people don't. A lot of people don't.
Yeah. All right. So Aaron Anderson donates $20 to Venmo, says, give me 2 more entries. So that's AARPM.
Okay.
And then Dr. Corvette donates $100 and says, this is BS. I can't be outdone. So he's calling out Stephen Rapp. He's calling out Matt Hurley. Steve Robertson. Yeah, Steve Robertson. Got to keep up with Dr. Corvette. You guys are going to get into another battle. But so Dr. Corvette gets another 10 entries. AARPM gets 2 more entries. Guys are killing it tonight. Thanks for the support. You guys are awesome. Jose Watkins says, what's up, guys? Just tuning in. We've talked a lot about the Z06 killing some serious supercars on the track. It actually took down the C7 ZR1 on VIR. So, very interesting stuff.
The
2020 Matrix 8 says, I swear the pic of my wife isn't of her very G-rated. She wrote on the shower to promote the live tonight. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, look at Stephen Rapp. Stephen Rapp.
Okay.
You're freaking killing.
I'm calling Stephen Rapp tomorrow and teaching him how to use Venmo.
No kidding.
Do it.
Expect a phone call.
Do it.
Somebody.
Stephen Rapp. He took down Steve Robertson, Dr. Corvette. Oh my God, Matt Hurley.
Listen, you guys have got to learn to use Venmo. You are supporting YouTube.
Like literally, like Venmo. I mean, YouTube is taking 60% of that. It's
YouTube,
crazy.
and that Matt, you're new to this, and trust me, I appreciate the donations. You guys are absolutely insane. But just so you know, YouTube takes a lot of this money. It is at least 60%. It may be more. In my findings, it is sometimes higher than 60%. So if you guys want to donate and really help the channel, please use that Venmo link up at the top. I don't want to make it sound like I'm not appreciating this, because I still am. You guys are still really helping out, and it's insane. I can't even put it into words how much I appreciate it. But if you want us to get all of the money, send it via that Venmo link up at the top. But Matt, you guys are killing it, man. I can't say enough how awesome it is.
Well, Matt's cool. You know what? I've engaged with Matt a lot on Instagram. And first of all, that's another thing too, is if you're on Instagram and you want to talk to us throughout the week, that's the best place. I mean, there's several people I'll just talk throughout the day on Venmo. I mean, Venmo, Instagram.
So another thing for Matt, I'm not sure if you have this or not, but in the link or in the description down below, we actually have a Discord channel set up that I was just talking to these guys about earlier. It's been growing pretty rapidly. If you join the Discord, we'll actually be able to chat pretty much any time, because that's on the phone, it's on the computer, it's all over the place. And Jason and Steve are both on there as well. So the Discord link in the description down below, if you ever have any questions or want to talk about anything. Yeah. Did you get Matt Hurley added in?
Yeah, I got him.
Okay. Blown 6 Gen says, it's getting real in here. The guys are getting out, the big dogs are pulling out their wallets.
You got another Venmo.
Got another Venmo. All right, geez.
Steve Robertson.
Steve Robertson. Another $100 from Steve Robertson with a heart. My God, Steve, thank you so much. So he gets another 10 entries. You guys are you're the real winners tonight, guys. Jeez. Somebody said it here. I wanted to put it up on the channel or on the screen. YouTube takes way too much. 100%. Me and Jason have talked a lot about this. There is really no reason that YouTube needs to take more than 10%. And for some reason, they will take, I've seen them take 60%, and I've seen them take closer to 80%. It seems like it's not a locked number. Matt Hurley says he will set up a Venmo. We appreciate that, Matt.
Dad's Garage will tell you he got $20 one time, and I think he got $8 or $6. It's like, that's how much he got out of 20. It's crazy.
What is that at Shane OnlyFans?
Yeah, Steven said he asked to talk to me, and I called him almost immediately. That was on the Discord thing. So, like I was telling you, Matt, if you want to get a hold of me or Jason, especially is on there a lot. Steve's on there a good bit too, especially if you tag him in something. But when I saw, I mean, the any of the guys that are in here on a constant basis, you're supporting me, I'm going to support you right back. So if you need something from me, don't hesitate to ask. Jump in that Discord server, and I'll get to you absolutely as soon as I possibly can. And
also sometimes reach out to us and ask if we know some discounts. Sometimes we do have discounts
on
products. I know
products,
for sure off of AG Motorsports. Sometimes ACS Composite, we might be able to hook you up with something. Just make sure you reach out to us.
Yeah,
we serve you like you serve us. Exactly.
Venmo takes absolutely nothing out. So if you guys send us any money, we will get every penny of it. That's the difference between that and the super chats.
Yeah. And by the way, also, if you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you are going to expel your car, we can get you a pretty darn big discount with expel.
Oh, Jason, Steven Rapp just talked about wheels. Do you want to talk about your wheels real quick?
Oh, yes. I have an extra set of wheels if anybody's interested. They are obviously the polished, the aluminum base wheels. So since we have the new Vossen wheels, I don't have a need for them. So those are for sale. I did put it on Facebook Marketplace. But if you guys are interested, let me know. Steve sold his to Steven Rapp, right?
Yeah.
I have it up on the screen here. He said that I really helped. Basically, I facilitated that because he reached out to me first and asked me if I knew anybody that was selling them, and I said, yeah, that I knew you. And then, Steve was selling his as well. So then you guys, figured it out from there. Yeah. But that's the thing is the whole community thing. This is how it plays out. I mean, we have, we get to know each other. And I mean, almost everybody over in the comment section, I know on almost a first name basis at this point. And when you guys need something, absolutely happy to help. I'll do everything I can to get you guys situated.
Yeah.
Joe M says, how about a discount at Corvette World?
Good luck. Yeah. Corvette World employees don't even get a discount at Corvette World.
Yeah. General Lee says, Justin, send me your metal Z06 wall art. I'll send it back to you when you get your Z06. How do you even know about that? Oh, you're talking about this thing behind me. You must be talking about that, because the other thing, I do actually have something else that has the Z06 and it's metal wall art, but I haven't told anybody about that yet. You scared me for a second, General. I'm like, are you in my garage? Yeah, so Steve Robertson, that is very true. So whenever I said Venmo doesn't take anything, that's only partially true. I will have to pay taxes on it at the end of the year. Me and the two guys here have kind of figured that part out, though.
Yeah, that's a little different, but you'll pay taxes on YouTube even worse. Ugh.
Yeah, and a lot of that stuff I can write off with purchases of cars and stuff like that. So I still get way more money from Venmo than I will from YouTube, because YouTube takes their cut and then they also tax it on top of that. So yeah. Stephen Rapp says that's why this channel is so cool. Yeah, I mean, we're here. We're at the point where, all of us together have a large enough channel set up that we're hitting a lot of people out there, but it's not so large that we can't still interact on like a one-on-one style basis. And that's what I really love about the whole setup, is that I've met so many awesome people because of YouTube. I literally just went on a trip down to the Florida Keys with Shane, who was, up until August of this year, he was just a subscriber. I didn't know anything about him. And then after I met him in person, he was cool. I went down to Texas with him and hung out with Jason and Steve. And then I went down to the Florida Keys with Shane, and my brother came along too. And it's like, it's amazing that not that long ago, I didn't even know who Shane was.
Yeah. Think about it. You have stayed at my house twice now. I had never met you, obviously, the first. Well, yeah, I did. I met you at Carlisle, but it had been a while. And Shane has stayed actually in this room that I'm in right now. Not so long ago, a couple months ago, met him at Carlisle and also at Carlisle. Carlisle's great. So, we've all become really good friends. And, we have so many good friends in this Corvette community. It's great.
Yeah. No, Steven, I did not. By the time I got that message from you, we were already past there. So Steven was asking me if I stopped somewhere in the keys, and I hadn't seen that before we passed it. All right, so I think it's about time, guys. If you want to get in last-minute donations for the Scrape Armor Radiator Grill Guards, I'm going to give you another couple seconds, but we're going to have to draw a winner out for these. So, yeah, Dr. Corvette, we had a blast with you at Carlisle as well. I hope you hang out at the Horsepower Obsessed booth a little longer this upcoming year, because you're an awesome guy as well, and I mean, you support the channel to the point where you literally have a seat at that booth anytime you feel like coming by. Carrie Glock says, I hope you don't have to pay tax on the YouTube total donation amount. I do. That's the problem. So I will pay tax on every single penny, even though YouTube takes their 60 to 70% out of it. This is why, ideally, Venmo is the way to go for now. I mean, the best way to do it would be Zelle, because Zelle's the only thing that is not taxable as of now. But if I had to guess, that will be different by next year.
Next month.
Yeah, tomorrow. Oh, yeah, and I wanted to show some remotes or some cold starts. I'm going to check Venmo one more time, guys. You guys are going to have the cold starts longer. You're going to have that amount of time to get some final donations in. But in the meantime, let me play some cold starts for you here. We're going to start with BPR Z06. Here we go. So let's take a gander and a listen at this one. Very nice. Very nice. So, what I want to point out, the biggest one is, I'm sure we talked about this last week, but BPR Z06 is from Texas. So he knows all about the ridiculous weather that you guys have had down there.
What part of Texas?
Yeah, BPR, what part of Texas are you from? And 2020 Matrix 8, I did want to comment. I did not realize that story that you'd sent me on Instagram was written in shower condensation, I guess. Steam. Yeah, steam. I didn't realize that. That's pretty awesome though. Like I said, Dr. Corvette, when we get to Carlisle this year, come over and spend some time with us. I will literally have a seat for you. We are still here. Avic. Oh, he's in Austin. BPR Z06 is in Austin. Avic, yours actually is next. So I got two more cold starts for you guys. And like I said, the second one here is going to be kind of funny. So let me play the next cold start for you, which is from Avic right here on the channel.
Is he from Houston?
Which one, Avic?
Avic?
I'm not sure. Where are you from, Avic? In the meantime, I'm going to play this. Oops. He is from Texas.
Thought so. Fast pumpkin.
Fast pumpkin, yep. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it does not ever get old hearing that sound. This car sounds so freaking awesome. So, Avic, where in Texas are you from?
I think it's Houston.
Yeah, he's from Houston. So how far is that from you?
Yeah, because I told him if I thought that was him, that I told him I would let him know whenever I'm down in Houston, because that's where I actually am from. But
Dr. Corvette, if you get a chance, and I know the weather's ridiculous for you, but if you get a chance and actually can line all those up, you may break the internet if you're able to cold start those things at the same time. That would be freaking awesome. Yeah, I really like the spec of BPR Z06's car with the yellow stitching on the interior as well. It looks good. Stephen Rapp says, rock on, my last super chat. 19, so another 2 entries for Stephen Rapp. I think our Stephen just disappeared, and we need him here in a second. So, guys, if we could get thumbs ups, those of you who are still in here, please smash that thumbs up button for us. Really helps the channel. We're going to be doing the announcement on the giveaway winner here in a second. I'm going to try to get Steve back in here. I'm not sure what happened to him. Let's see. All right, that should bring him back.
You got me on?
Yeah, you're on. All right, so let me
Yeah,
check Venmo.
I got a phone call like kick me on. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
Stephen Rapp again. And is there a Venmo?
Yeah, so
Stephen Rapp 10 more or $20 more.
Kerry Glock donated $20, so he gets 2 entries.
Okay, Kerry Glock.
Bruno says, these cold starts are getting me moist. 2020 Matrix 8 says, nice. I hardly ever see comp seats. The way to go, IMO. They're better than the rest. We definitely agree on that particular subject there. I honest to God, I believe that the reason why most of these cars do not have competition seats in them is because people are under the misconception that if you're over 200 pounds, they're not going to work for you. And that's not the case. That's why I put out the video that I put out the other day, because it doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter how much you weigh. It's maybe there's a difference in how you're shaped, but even then, if you're over 200 pounds and you're worried about it, try to find a car that has one in it and sit in it before you make your decision, because the competition seats are literally the way to go. Yeah, Matt Hurley knows it. I mean, you guys have seen his build. He has one of the classiest builds I've seen yet, and he's got the comp seats. Yeah, I did that video specifically for this. One more or 3 little videos I'm going to show you here, guys, comes to us from a subscriber named Mark. Let me see. Yeah, so this is the first one we're going to show. These ones are kind of funny, so be prepared for this. I like this. I like the humor in this one. So here we go. The first one's just going to be your typical cold start. Now he's obviously got that in 4 right now. Now it's a track. Okay, so the next one is again from Mark. This one is funnier because the person holding the camera is very obviously his wife, and she gets quite startled by whenever he starts revving it. So listen to this. This is pretty funny. All right, so she hung on like a champ, but what's even funnier is Mark sent me another video of his actual garage camera picking her up, recording it. This is funny. So She's hanging in there like a champ, but you got to watch this. She keeps backing up. Oh, I love it. I love that. What do you guys think? Any of your wives that dedicated that they would have stuck in there like that? That says everything I need to know about her.
Hey, Justin, Dr. Corvette's asking about Venmo.
Let's take a look. Dr. Corvette did. He donated another $100. Another $100. So another 10 entries. Guys, are you gonna? Anybody want to try to match him? It is. It's very funny.
That's insane.
Dr. Corvette. Like I said, man, you got a seat at the booth anytime. Yeah. Maybe my daughter, but not the wifey, says General Lee. Yeah, if you heard her in the first one, she yelled because she said it was hot. I guess, I don't know, man. That exhaust, you could see it literally like move her hair and stuff. Like, that exhaust is pretty intense. Yeah, Great White North. I believe that. She seems like the type that would stick in there, and a true Corvette fan. AARPM says, okay, Dr. Corvette, we get it. Oh, Dr. Corvette, man, tearing it up. I love it. You guys are awesome. All right, so, Steve.
Yep.
I think we're good. Let me check
ready.
Venmo one more time just to make sure no last-minute donations. No, we are good. So let's go ahead and run. We're going to spin the wheel, guys. So it is time. We're going to see who wins the Scrape Armor Radiator Grill Guard. Steve, if you want to go ahead, do the honors.
Sounds good. I'm going to get past this ad, and here we go. So here's the names. And continue. It's going to ask me some stupid question. Nope. And here we go. Raffle. Here's the raffle. And the winner is Stephen Rapp.
So, Stephen Rapp, I think you're in here, and if I recall correctly, you wanted to pass if you won these. Or no?
Double check.
Yeah, let me know. Stephen Rapp, did you want to take these? I can't remember if he was the one that wanted to pass or not.
I don't know if he is, but I will hold it. Wait.
Dr. Corvette said he is peeing his pants right now. He's laughing. He wants. Okay, so Stephen Rapp won it. Guys,
Okay.
I will get this out to you, Stephen. I'm pretty sure I already have your address, so we should be good to go. Jason, are we able to hear you? Are we having a problem hearing you? Can't hear him. I have no idea why that would be.
He probably, did he come back in and out? Because that's why I had to come out and come back in.
All right, let me see if I can fix it real quick for you guys. We are about to wrap all this up anyway. But let me see if I can get Jason on here real quick. How about now, Jason? No. All right. That's all right. We're experiencing technical difficulties at the very end. I think that's fine. Dr. Corvette says, this video was worth every penny tonight. Thank you, Dr. Corvette.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Should we Venmo for better internet for Jason? I'm not sure what's going on over there, but it was all good. Alex Prime. I sent Venmo. Didn't you get it? Let me see. Yeah, we got that one, Alex. Front seat driver says Venmo. I'm not sure what he means. Congratulations, Steven, says Matt Hurley. It is the problem, your internet? Just shake your head yes if that's the problem. That's weird. Okay. Good man, Dr. Corvette. Douglas Bubgandis with I don't know, dinosaur face. Guys, if you could please smash the thumbs up button on the way out. We are going to go ahead and wrap this one up, though. This was an awesome live session. We really appreciate all the donations. You guys are absolutely insane. Yeah, Steve Robertson, we knew we were taking up some of the time on that, so we appreciate you guys tuning in. Yeah, appreciate everything you guys did. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll catch you same time, same place. Actually, no, it'll be Monday next time. And I should have some Z06 prototype grills for you guys to take a look at. But that should do it. So, Jason, you can wave bye. And the rest of us will actually say bye. Thanks for the support, guys. We'll see you next Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you.